Over the years, I have tried just about every way to cut my grocery bill. Strict budgets, detailed meal plans, all of it. And the funny thing is the method that saves me the most money is also the simplest one. And it doesn't start at the store. It doesn't start with coupons, and it definitely doesn't start with a whole brand new meal plan. It starts right here in the kitchen. And once you get a hold of this, you will never grocery shop the same way again. And here's what most of us do. We open the fridge, we see nothing, and then we go to the store and somehow come home with $100 worth of food and still don't know what we want to eat. And if that sounds familiar to you, I'm going to show you the exact process that I use so that you can turn what you already have into real meals, lower your grocery bill, and make shopping way less stressful. Starting with a step that I don't think enough people are actually taking, and that is first to take a quick inventory. Most of us are sitting on way more food than we think. It's half-used ingredients, random freezer containers, stuff in the cabinets that we bought for one specific recipe and then never touched again. Somewhere in your kitchen right now is something you paid good money for that just needs a plan. So for me, before I shop, I look in the refrigerator, the freezers, and the cabinets. I'm not reorganizing, I'm just gathering information. And I'll usually grab my dry erase marker and make a quick list of what I see, especially anything that's already open and needs to get used really soon. Anything that could realistically turn into a meal. And every single time I do this, I find more food than I thought I had. Tip number 2 is look for straggler foods. Now, what always jumps out first are what I call the stragglers, the half bag of rice, the 2 lonely chicken thighs in the freezer, the 1 can of black beans. And these aren't problems, they are clues. They're the starting point for your next few meals. So instead of planning meals first and then shopping, I flip the process and I plan the meals around what's already in here. Tip number 3 is to build throw it together meals. And this is where expectations really matter, because these are not going to be those pretty gourmet level meals. These are real life, everyday meals. It could be soups, casseroles. I personally love stir fries and skillet meals, but it's the kind of food where it won't matter if you swap carrots for peppers or chicken for beans or rice for pasta. And I call these my throw it together meals because they don't require perfect ingredients. They work with whatever you've got and whatever you know is going to taste good together so that you can actually eat it, which obviously is the whole point. Tip number 4 is to create a use this first spot. Now, one small thing that makes a big difference is having a use this first area in the fridge. It could be a bin or a basket or just a shelf, but anything that's already open or needs to be eaten really soon goes there. And that way, when you open the fridge and you're thinking, what do I want to eat? It's easy to see what foods you need to start with first, and you're not just kind of going from scratch. You're starting from the food that's crying out for your attention. Tip number 5 is cook your freezer down in waves. So the freezer works the same way as everywhere else. Instead of treating it like a storage unit where food goes to be forgotten, I try to cook it down in waves, and I'll pull a few things forward and tell myself that those are the foods that have to get used this week, because the freezer is not a graveyard where food goes as its final resting place. It's more like grandma's house, right? Where you take the kids for a few days and she keeps them safe. And when you're ready for them, you take them out and you eat them. The food, of course, not the kids. That was a bad analogy. But if something is headed toward going bad in the fridge, freezing it is almost always better than throwing it away. Tip number 6 is shop to complete meals, not start new ones. And once I have a rough idea of what meals I can make from what's already in the house, only then do I think about shopping. And when I do, I'm not buying all new meals. I'm buying support foods. It could be potatoes, milk, fresh veggies, some bread, whatever I don't have that will help turn what I already own into actual dinners. And this one shift alone can calm your grocery bill right down. Tip number 7 is keep a short stretch foods list. So over time, it helps to have and create a short mental list of what I think of as stretched foods. These are the foods that are cheap, they last a long time, they work in a lot of meals, or they freeze well. And it's Things like rice, pasta, potatoes, oats, eggs, beans, frozen vegetables, whole chickens, ground meat, and you can build an incredible number of meals out of a very small, basic list of ingredients if you use them in flexible ways. Tip number 8 is to plan ingredient families, not necessarily whole meals. And one of my favorite ways to use stretch foods is what I call cook once, eat 3 times, because you're not planning meals, you're planning ingredient families. A whole chicken can become one dinner and then soup and then tacos or casserole. A pot of beans can turn into burritos, or pair it with some rice and some seasonings, and you can have Cajun style beans and rice and a veggie. It's the same food, it's just wearing different outfits. Tip number 9, freeze before food dies. If you're not going to eat something in time, freeze it. Put it in the Ziploc bag or a freezer safe container and store it away. It could be bread, cooked rice, steamed veggies, soup, chopped onions, even leftovers in small portions. And this habit alone saves an incredible amount of money over the course of a year, because it's turning what we didn't get to into we'll use it later. Tip number 10 is make a good enough meal plan. And this to me is the most important one, because you want to just keep the plan good enough instead of trying to make it perfect. You don't need a beautiful color-coded week of dinners, and believe me, I've tried it. You just need maybe 3 to 5 ideas based on what you already have, because real life is going to fill in the rest with, you're going to have leftovers sometimes, simple meals, and the occasional everybody fend for yourself night. And that's normal. It's fine. The goal is not perfection. The goal is less waste and fewer unnecessary expensive trips to the grocery store. And this is why my new motto has become use what you've got before you shop. It's not as a strict rule, but as a default setting. It somehow just makes my kitchen make sense. It calms the budget and makes everything feel way more manageable. Now, as you're planning your next grocery trip, try this. Just plan 2 meals from what's already in your kitchen and see how much less you end up needing to buy at the store. Trust me, it'll make a big difference. And if you want a little more structure and some momentum, I've put together a free 3-day frugal reset that walks you through exactly how to find your biggest money leaks first, and then use what you've already got at home and set up a simple system that actually sticks. It's quick, it's practical, and it's designed for real life. And you can grab it at the link below and start today if you want to. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.